nah, I got the better parlay. Argue about the spread, it's a fierce debate, but when it comes to Wildcats, they align their fate. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums.
All right, guys, the Blitz is back. I'm Charlie Winkle here with Anthony Roberts and Josh Onan. It is New Year's week, and it's the last episode of Blitz the Bookie for 2025. We've got the college football playoffs and week 18 of the NFL coming up. That's all that really matters, except, of course, for the Cats getting back on the court on Saturday against Alabama. But we will talk about that a little bit more in the second half of the show on the right side of Kentucky Sports. But for the first half here on Blitz the Bookie, it is all about football. And I cannot wait until New Year's Eve and New Year's Day for these college football playoff games. Guys, y'all ready for the football? And are y'all ready for the new year?
Absolutely. A new year, new times, new starts, and get done with these bowl games. I do not trust the bowl games. I won't bet the bowl games. I don't even acknowledge the bowl games are won.
I didn't know there was any. I'm just waiting for these 4 games. I didn't know there was any other bowl games.
And some of these end of the year, this game matters, but some of these end of the year NFL games don't matter.
I mean, I just wish I cared more about bowl games. I mean, the playoffs kind of ruined the bowls.
Yeah, the bowls should just be obsolete.
But they needed it, or everybody was starting to set out, because I didn't want the playoff for a while because of that. But then when everybody started to set out, at least that saves 12 teams.
But we should have 4 good games here. We thought we had a couple teams in the last round that didn't deserve to be there, but we are down to the final 8. Let's just jump right into it. I mean, there's no beating around the bush this week. What's the first game? New Year's Eve, right?
Yeah, New Year's Eve.
You can't beat that, right? Mm-hmm. New Year's Eve, you get to party, have some drinks, and watch a really good game. So I'm looking forward to this one. This is a banger right off the bat, too. Miami versus Ohio State. Even though the spread, Anthony, did this spread open at 7?
The Miami,
it's moved to 10, right?
I thought it opened at 10. I thought it opened at 10.
Maybe I saw it wrong. What do y'all think about this game, Anthony? I know you've dug into it a lot.
For me, I've been for the past week or two trying to find out where the power is. I've told y'all that maybe at some point, I just thought maybe the very top of the Big Ten was the best. I thought the SEC was the best overall conference. I just took it for granted the top of the Big Ten was the best because they'd won the last 2 national titles. But then there was a piece of me that said, stop, Anthony, be smarter than that. And I went back 2 years ago when Michigan won it. That literally came down to the last play of the game. Milroe going in the end zone there. So either team could have won that. And then last year, I don't even think the SEC's best team was there. And it was kind of a transitional year for Georgia and Alabama. So I built up this perception, I think a lot of other people have too, that the Big Ten and Ohio State's automatically the best. But what are we going by? I mean, we're kind of going by the last 2 years in my mind. I'm doing it. That's what I've been doing. But are we undervaluing the SEC a little bit, which I don't think's ever been done in the history of football in my lifetime. So
there ain't even an SEC team in this game.
I know, but trying to find I know. But
Ohio State, Miami.
But trying to find where the power is. Okay, Miami just got done playing A&M. In my opinion, I think A&M was a little bit better, but not much, but Miami won the game. So how good was A&M compared to Ohio State? And that's kind of where I'm going with it. All in all, in this game, you got 2 great defenses. Do we got 2 great offenses? I don't know. Julian's saying he can't run. That bothers me. When you're playing defenses that can attack the line of scrimmage and get pressure on a quarterback. Last year they had Will Howard. C.J. Stroud can move a little bit. I just think you almost need a mobile quarterback. And with him not being able to move, that does bother me. But Ohio State has all the weapons. If they played Indiana tomorrow, I would play Ohio State in a rematch. I could see a game where it's a defensive game. I don't know where the points are going to come from for Miami. What's y'all's thoughts on it?
I think I don't know where Miami's going to score.
Yeah, I think we're all in tune with that because I think the same thing. I don't know if they're going to score. I mean, seriously, they might not score a touchdown.
So Ohio State plays conservative at that point, right? Because they're thinking probably the same thing we are. We can hold them with our defense. We can't give up the big pick 6 or something like that. So my thinking on that is Ohio State's got to come out and try to play conservative, you think?
I think so, too. I think Ohio State plays it conservative. But if Miami can get to San I think they can make a game out of this, but
They're
they
go-
got to get to him.
They're going to get to him. They have the best defensive line in the country. Ohio State ain't seen nothing like this defensive line all year. Even Indiana's great, but Miami's got the best front that they're going to see. I think they're definitely going to get to him. And you've pointed out plenty of times that Sayin's not a runner.
Don't got a big arm either.
He might be in trouble if they can get to him. I do think they're going to get to him. They've got 3 or 4 NFL players on that defensive line. Ohio State's going to have to control that and give Sayin some time. But I think it's the same thing on the other side. Ryan Day is going to have a game plan to get to Carson Beck because Carson Beck has been the least pressured quarterback in the country this year. And I'm sure Ryan Day knows that. And they're going to be trying to get to the quarterback as well as Miami. So I think it's probably going to come down to which defensive line can dominate more and get to the quarterback. Neither one of them are big runners. And we've seen Carson Beck. He's played in big games, but we've seen him over the years. He is turnover prone.
Yeah,
So
he threw 4 picks against U of L.
if you can get
Should have
to
been
him,
5 or 6.
and he's had other games like that too. But, I mean, he's played in a lot of big games. So it's kind of which one do you want to go with?
They're going to try to run the ball. They're going to try to establish and run. I mean, they'll use him to pass the ball, but they're going to try to be a physical team up front. I kind of like the under in the game.
I love the under. Miami's not going to contribute anything to that under. Maybe 10 points, dude. I don't even know if they can get 10.
How many they score against
But if
A&M?
they get-
10, 13?
Well,
This is what happens, though. If a team gets a bigger lead, then the other team's forced to start passing, and pick sixes can happen. Fast scores can happen when a team gets up or down. You want a close game out there like an under. It's almost like that Miami A&M game. Both offensive coordinators were like scared to make that first big mistake. So they start calling a conservative game where it's almost like when Alabama got down to Oklahoma, they said, okay, it's go time, and just start, throwing it around. So for unders, I think you definitely want close games. I think something that jumps out to me on the game is I do think Ohio State's going to try to be balanced. They were able to run the ball some against Indiana. I do think they're going to try to be balanced, which I think will help them. I think that really hurt A&M a lot against that Miami defense was, they just could not get a run game going, and they became one-dimensional. And I'm going to tell you, I've seen the sacks, and I was in and out of that game a lot during the game. I probably watched half of it live, but I went back and watched the video. I don't think the pressure was as bad as the number of sacks he took. I think they ended up with like 6 or 7 sacks. A lot of them, the boy just held on to the ball too long. Now, there was a few where they just flat out got to him, but a few of them, A&M actually did a decent job of getting to him. I watched the guy do a film study on him. He does great film studies on YouTube, and he really broke it down. And Marcel Reed just don't get through his progressions. He was showing how he had to really throw the ball hard, but that was both quarterbacks, try to cut through the wind, but just don't get through his progressions. But should be a hell of a game.
The Cotton Bowl here in Arlington, Texas.
Yeah.
Do you guys think with these bowl games, the way they work them, this goes for all of them? Anybody have a home field advantage?
Dude, which one do you go to? Me and Charlie's talked about this. Say, okay, like you can't go to them all, not unless you're rich, right? So you got to pick one you want to go to. If you're Ohio State, do you think you're going to win this one? Where's the next one at?
Yeah, if you're an Ohio State fan, you have the luxury of thinking maybe about the next round. But there's a lot of these teams in this thing that can't think like that.
Yeah, I think you go
Miami
down.
fans can't. I don't think Oregon or Texas Tech fans can. And I think the majority of these fans ain't really got that luxury. But Ohio State might be one that does.
That's a far trip for Oregon.
Oh, it is definitely a far trip. Speaking of the Texas A&M Miami game, look, I know it was windy, but I did see that Miami was like 3 for 12 or 3 for 13 on third down against Texas A&M. Texas A&M was number 1 defense on third down in the country. Number 2 defense on third down in the country is Ohio State. So they might struggle again. I know it was windy and all that, but they're going to have probably the same struggles. If they can't put themselves in good third down situations, they might be in trouble.
Miami didn't move the ball to the last drive of the game.
They didn't.
Like, they didn't move the ball at all. Now, I will say this in their credit. I do feel like they wore A&M down. Miami's good. It should be a great game. I don't know where Miami's going to get offense at. But in return, I think Ohio State will play really conservative, which we all agree on that.
No,
So,
I don't agree with that.
you don't know? I thought we did. Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
You and Josh do. I hadn't said anything about that.
I thought you said you liked the under. Okay.
I do like the under, but I don't think they're going to be conservative. They can score points. What's the over-under? They can get probably scored at 35 and still get under because what is it? What is the over-under?
41.
Well, it might be 40-0, so it's still go under.
Okay.
No,
I
look, I think they'll be fairly conservative because that's what Ryan Day does. Like he's not just an air it out coach. But I think they took it a little bit easy on Indiana, and they'll kind of lean on their defense. I think they'll know that, hey, let's let it fly a little bit. They've got a lot of guys on the outside where they could take advantage. And look, Miami's defense is gettable on the backside. I wrote down here, this is something that stuck out to me when I was reading up on this game. They gave up 15 passes over 30 yards this year. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. They're gettable on the backside, and the Ohio State playmakers that they got on the outside could give Miami some trouble. So I think they'll take some chances downfield. And then if they make a mistake or something, they'll rely on the defense. I'm not saying they're going to air it out or anything, but I do think they take some shots at Miami. I mean, they're going to have to, dude. I mean, they're going to get pressured.
I think until Miami proves to them they can move the ball, I think they'll be super conservative. Now, I think if Miami can show them they can move the ball, in my mind, they got to air it out. Because I think they can. Maybe they think they can shut Carson Beck down. At that point, what would be taking the big risk? But I'll tell you, a good angle on Miami that I was all about Ohio State all the way up to maybe last night. And I still kind of am about them. But the 2 games Ohio State lost, SMU and Louisville. SMU, dude, they had a lot of guys out. They had, I think, 2 starting corners and a starting linebacker and a starting defensive lineman, 4 defensive starters out, and I think a starting tackle on offense. And they lost that game in overtime, and that's when SMU was healthy, and that was at SMU. And Miami had a lot of penalties in that game. And then the game against Louisville just got out on that lead, and Carson Beck tried throwing back into it. But if you remember, it was just a good game plan. Louisville got rid of those balls really quick, and they caught a couple big plays. Besides that, Miami pretty much shut them down.
Who's the best offenses Miami's played this year?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Or A&M. A&M's got a good offense.
They gave up 15 passes over 30 yards and 91 passes over 10 yards against a weak-ass schedule.
Well,
And they don't even play anybody that's going to air it out like that, and they're giving up some big-time plays. Watch out for Ohio State stretching it out a little bit. I'm telling you.
I think they'll be balanced. I think they'll be
they're always
balanced.
balanced.
I think they'll be almost like watching a pro-style offense, run, pass, 50-50.
Matt Patricia's he's gonna have Carson Beck in a blender. Mm-hmm. He's gonna be all over his ass. He's been comfortable all year. Matt Patricia's not gonna let that shit happen.
Miami, to me, is their best chance of winning. That big physical offensive line they got Fletcher back last game. They were able to run some on A&M. I don't think they trust Carson Beck like that. But can they run the ball on Ohio State? I mean, Ohio State's pass defense is really, really good. But if you ask most people, their run defense is weaker than their pass defense. Not saying it's weak because it's still good. Their pass defense is kind of what they're known for this year. Is Miami able to just try to be a physical team and, play action and pick their spots there? I don't know. We watched Indiana, Ohio State, and it was a great game. And my thinking is they're both really great teams. But are they both really great teams? Because I watched Indiana struggle against Penn State, Iowa. The Oregon game wasn't really a struggle, but it was right there. How good are these teams? And we're going to find out this weekend.
That'll be New Year's Eve, so don't get too drunk before about 10 o'clock. At least be able to remember what happened.
Let me tell y'all a quick story on that. I needed Ohio State. I'd bet them to win the national championship. It was C.J. Stroud and them. They were playing Georgia. I'm SEC guy. The only reason I bet them, I got really good odds. They weren't even in the tournament yet. And to get in it, I got 20-1 for them to win the national title. Dude, I had a nice size bet on them. I just thought it was great odds. And they ended up getting in it. And they were pretty much, in my opinion, the winner of that game was going to win it that night. And that freaking ugly-ass field goal they hit or missed at 12 o'clock, that was the worst choke job I ever seen out of a field goal. And that's that game Marvin Harrison should have been targeting. And Kirby saved him on that fake punt. Kirby caught it. Remember that at the very last second? That was hell of a coaching by Kirby. He knew they had it on, and they were going to get it. They went ahead and played it out, and they had that fake punt. That would have been a good play, but that was a bummer for me.
Kirby's always outsmarting people.
He was. No, it was a hell of a coaching job. All
right, on to Oregon and Texas Tech. Be at noon on New Year's Day. So, again, don't get too drunk so you can get up and watch this game. Oregon's -2.5. This is the Orange Bowl in Miami. Josh has been shooting ducks all week with oranges. Josh, we know you've been on Texas Tech. That's how you've been finding them?
That's how I've been finding these.
Hey, check it
these
out on
lame
TikTok,
ducks.
guys.
These lame ducks.
Where'd you get the orange shooter? I've seen a potato shooter before, but I ain't never seen the orange shooter.
Amazon has everything.
Nice.
Rex loves it, man.
So we know you've been on Texas Tech all year. What we doing here? How you feeling? Are they gonna give them a ride?
My Red Raiders, they've lost one game, and Morton didn't play. I know the backup came in and played good. I know that's what Anthony's going to say. The number 3rd ranked defense in the country. The only 2 teams ahead of them are also in the playoff, Indiana and Ohio State, giving up around 11 points a game. I think they got a shot against Oregon.
They allowed 2.3 yards per carry, which is pretty low. I don't think that's going to get it done. Oregon is a great running team, so that's going to be an interesting, battle there between the Texas Tech defense trying to stop that run, and Oregon's got 2-3 great running backs, and they've been running it very effectively lately.
Oregon has one of the best offensive lines in the country. They were the number 1 pass blocking grade in all of college football, and they actually have faced 5 top 25 rush defenses this year and has done pretty well against all of them. So they're a balanced team.
They are.
And to me, that's where I think they give Texas Tech problems. In my opinion, Texas Tech has played one quarterback with a pulse, and that's Sam Levitt. Actually, Arizona State poster actually brought this up to me. They didn't even have a good year passing. Like, Arizona State really struggled passing the ball this year, and Levitt was able to throw for 300-something yards against them, and they really had a rough year passing the ball. They were like 9th in the Big 12 in passing. So that's my biggest question is when I watch them, I see them cheating forward a little bit, being aggressive. If they can get that same pressure that they get on everybody else aggressive, and Oregon don't have time to get over the top, that's one thing. I did see a stat. I didn't come up with this. I've seen this. Dante Moore, since that Indiana game where he got pressure, he's been getting rid of the ball quicker than like any other quarterback in the Power 4. I don't know if y'all
I've seen that. I did.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're right. I mean, they didn't face a lot of good passing teams, but you know what they did face? A lot of good running teams.
Yeah, they did.
And 2.3 yards per carry.
Oh, that's their game.
Yeah, they didn't face Ohio State, but a lot of these Big 10 teams or Big 12 teams are pretty good running teams. They're really good at stopping the run. And Oregon, the couple games that they had trouble with, they lost it against Indiana and the Iowa game. Both of those teams slowed that game down. That's what Texas Tech's going to have to try to do.
The Iowa game was in horrible weather.
So was last week with Texas A&M in Miami. Yeah. So, I mean,
that was wind. That was rain, wind. It was like a storm at that game.
The only way Texas Tech wins this game is to control the ball and control the line of scrimmage. That's what they're going to have to do.
Yeah.
They're not anything special on the rushing side or the passing side on their offense. They're like ranked in the 50s and 60s, I think, in rushing and passing. So they're not great on offense. They're not going to be able to put up a lot of points. Oregon has lost 4 games in their last 60 games. You know who they've lost to?
Ohio State.
Ohio State last year, national champs. They lost this year to Indiana. They're ranked number 1, and they're undefeated. The other 2 losses that they have were Washington. They lost to them twice, and Washington ended up the runner-up for the national champion. They have lost 4 times in 60 games. They don't lose to teams unless they're national championship teams. Oh. So whatever you want to think about the schedule and all, they don't lose the games that they're not supposed to. They lose to the really good teams. Is Texas Tech a really good team? I think they are, but man, the offense, can they keep up? That defensive front that Texas Tech has is going to have to completely dominate the game for them to win the game, I think.
Go back and look at this. And I'm just telling you, these are things I found. This ain't me being bad. I would tell you if there was something bad on the Oregon. You go back and look at a lot of those Texas Tech games, the big ones, because to me, that's the only games I can look at. The Utah game, the 2 BYU games, Arizona State. Actually, it was Houston was without their quarterback, but there was another one. There was 3 or 4 games where the games were pretty close about halfway through the fourth quarter. But Texas Tech is one of those teams. And you made a good point to me the other day, Charlie. They almost need to, but they keep the gas down, and they almost run the score up at the end. But like Charlie made a good point to me, they probably kind of need to, for the style points.
And Texas Tech their defense is, best word I can say is kind of feisty. A lot of batted balls, a lot of interceptions, forced fumbles. I mean,
all they do.
That defense gets after it.
A
lot of balls
they're good,
on the ground.
Dude. They're
a lot
good.
of balls on
they're
the
good.
ground.
I think we're going to do the same thing that I just said about Ohio State. I think Texas Tech's defense would be fine. I think they're going up against a really good offense, but I think both sides will get theirs. But I guess where I think the advantage comes is Texas Tech's offense versus Oregon's defense, I do not think Oregon gets enough credit for their like Oregon's got a really good defense.
You know,
Really
they gave
good
up
defense.
they gave up the most yards they had all year in that last game, not just by a little bit, by like 200 or 300 yards.
I ain't taking that from them. I know people can, but
they got a lot of those yards in the first quarter, second quarter. Now, you could argue that the second quarter was already garbage time. I'm just saying Oregon didn't pull their defensive guys in the second quarter. So those yards that they got in the first half, we could say they were playing a prevent defense and they were whatever, because they were up 30-9. It was big,
35 to 3 or something.
but they did rack up a lot of points, and it was the most yards that Oregon gave up all year by a lot.
People, say Oregon's schedule wasn't that tough. And, I got an argument with the guy. So I went and looked at it, just really broke it down. It wasn't bad. They played Iowa, USC, at Washington. Iowa in their game, in the kind of game Iowa wants. They played Indiana. There was like 5 pretty solid teams on there that they played. Look, guys, I'm high on Oregon. Y'all know that.
2 solid teams that you just listed.
Who's that?
The ones you just listed.
Iowa and Washington are solid. Good teams.
Right.
They're good teams.
They're all right.
They're good teams. They're not great, but they're good teams.
They're not great. They're all right.
Iowa's a good team.
They got better as the year went on.
Washington, yeah, they did. And I'm going to tell you, I read about that because I'm not going to I followed Iowa like I'm now. That quarterback they got from
I told y'all about him in the first or second week.
The little runner from North Dakota State.
Yeah. Well, I was like, who's that guy from North Dakota State? I'm like, dude, he's pretty fucking good.
Well, they finally start about 4 or 5 games in. They finally start letting him run. Remember, they lost to Iowa State. And Iowa State would have actually had a really big year. Iowa State was like devastated by injuries this year. Iowa State, remember, they were supposed to have a big year this year. And they got too banged up. Should be a fun game.
Yep.
I mean, that's what's exciting about it. You're talking to 3 guys that know the sport pretty well, and you're getting different angles from all of us. One of us hopefully be right, and be nice if we were all right. But that's the fun part about the sport is that, you have different opinions and, you see it different ways. I feel pretty strong about mine, but I know people that feel really strong about Texas Tech. So that's why they play the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. They're going to be good games. I can't wait. All right, we're on to 4 o'clock now. So if you were drunk, you are hopefully now took a couple Advil, drunk some water, maybe went and got you some greasy food, and now you're back.
Trying to rally, baby.
And hey, it's Alabama, Indiana time. Good time to be back, baby. Indiana, number 1 team in the country, undefeated, is a 7-point favorite. And before we even get into this, I saw something. And we were just talking before the show. I don't typically like shit like this, but this did stick out to me. I'm going to see what y'all think about it. I want to see what y'all think about this.
Right.
This is kind of what we were talking about, but a little bit different. The last time a number 1 team faced an opponent that was ranked 9th or lower in a bowl game. All right. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
The number 1 team facing in a bowl game, a team that's ranked 9th or higher, whatever you want to call it, 9th or 10th or higher.
Mm-hmm.
The last time that a number 1 team was favored by 7 or less was 1962 in the 1962 Sugar Bowl. Every other number 1 team in a bowl game that has played a number 9 ranked team or higher has been 8, 9, 10 double-digit favorites.
That's a hell of a stat. I mean, I'm just that's a digging stat right there. Somebody dug into that one.
Hey, that's pretty wild.
It is.
To me, that kind of tells me that they giving Alabama some credit with that line.
The line.
They giving Alabama some credit with that 7-point line. So, look, I'm not reading anything into that, but I thought it was pretty interesting.
They should. If there's a team that's battle-tested, that's facing good defenses, it's Alabama. Look, if Ty Simpson wasn't good with pressure before this year, he is now. I mean, you face Oklahoma twice and Georgia twice in the same year. It's not talking about the Missouri defense he went up against, but to go up against Georgia twice, elite defense, and Oklahoma twice, an elite defense, to beat them both on the road. Now, I know they've had a couple bumps in the road. SEC championship, I won't count because there were just too many players out. There were just too many players out for me. And the first game of the season, they lost, whatever. And the Oklahoma game, I actually think, the one they did lose to Oklahoma, I thought they outplayed them. So I understand why they're giving Alabama credit. I'm high on Alabama, but they're going up against a monster in Indiana.
Oh, yeah, they're like top 10 in every defensive category. I don't think many people's talked about their defense.
They don't.
like
That's
that
crazy.
this year, but their
I've heard
defense is
about
like
it.
top
Yeah,
10.
I've
I
heard
mean,
that.
just
basically,
casual people don't bring up how good that defense
no,
is.
basically,
Casual people don't think Indiana's good. They still think they're overrated. And they're
Them
not.
damn
They're really
Indiana
good.
fans
But,
who coming out of the freaking
They're
woodwork.
really good.
I ain't known an Indiana football fan my whole life. The last 2 years, it's all I
they're
hear.
everywhere
I
now,
know
aren't
it.
they?
But
But
they-
I'm saying when they talk about Indiana, it's either Mendoza or Cignetti.
Yep.
You don't really hear people talking about the defense, and that defense is legit.
I think that's the strongest part of their team.
And although I've said it before, that I do think Ohio State held back a little bit in the Big Ten championship, I still give Indiana credit. They held them to like 60 or 70 rushing yards. Nobody else has done that. They held them to 7 points, or what was it, 10-7?
Mhm.
Nobody else does that. So I do give them credit, and their defense is legit. And I think that's going to be a big problem for Alabama. Alabama is so one-dimensional. I kind of thought, and I talked to you about this, Anthony, I kind of thought, Alabama got their running game going a little bit in that Oklahoma game. They really didn't.
No.
They only had like 50 or 60.
Yeah.
I forgot. It was
I think
under
their leading
100.
rusher had like 41 yards.
But they had that one like 20-yard run. And I guess because they haven't had many runs like that this year, once I saw that, I'm like, they got it going. But then it ended up like 50 total yards. So they really didn't get their running game going. You know,
got to still run it able to keep them from just teeing off when you're right. I think you got to do. I think you do. I'm not an offensive coordinator, so I don't know. But you got to run some so they don't just come kind of.
But Alabama don't have no problem throwing it 12 times in a row. No. They really don't. They've done it. They do that shit.
They got a lot of targets too. I mean, I compare them to Oregon with the number of targets they got. Somebody might say that.
But they drop passes. They drop everything. How many drops they got this year? Like, what was it? Like 30 something?
Ryan Williams. Ryan, if you're listening to this podcast before the game,
he's definitely listening.
I mean, throw your headphones on, start bobbing your head, walking up and down the Rose Bowl Stadium.
Does he lead the country in drops?
I hope so.
But Josh,
I mean, go ahead.
Would you play him? I'd still play him.
Hell yeah,
you still got to play him, but there's an issue going on there.
I don't believe he was 17 years old. I think he was like 30, and he had a fake birth certificate. You know, in the NFL, when a player hits 30, like a running back or receiver, they just fall off. I think he wasn't 17. He was 29 years old. He hit 30. And now he's just done. He's washed.
There's an issue with their damn. Maybe. Well, are they comparing it to the volume? Because they do throw the ball a lot. Maybe it goes with the volume of passes they're getting thrown to them. But man, I think Alabama might lead the country in drops, and I think Ryan Williams might lead the country in drops.
Well, they had some big ones last week.
Yes.
Against Georgia, as bad as they play with all those guys out, dude, they dropped 2 touchdown passes in that game. Ty Simpson made a hell of a play. Cuveas was on a pitch count. That's their star tight end. It was his first game back last game, and he was on a pitch count last game, so he should be full at it. The time off has definitely helped Alabama. Alabama was a team that was banged up, beat up. I think that's life in the SEC. I'll argue with Big Ten fans all day long. They get to rest players because of their schedule. You do not get that in the SEC, and really this time has really helped Alabama get healthy because Alabama was really fighting the injury bug, and that's why I say you just can't take nothing from the SEC. You can give Georgia credit for looking awesome, on defense, but that's what you're going to look that way when somebody's got that many starters out. And we're in the NIL era where people don't have a lot of backups because backups leave now. I'd heard, was it Herbstreit or somebody talk about it? There was a time when Georgia's backup would come in and he's the next guy up, the next superstar.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that a lot no more because of NIL. In the transfer portal, people aren't deep like that. So when injuries happen, they're a lot of times very impactful now.
I think for Alabama to win this game, Ryan Williams has to be a star. I think he has to be.
You can't have a couple big drops.
It can't be drops. He can't catch streak passes for 21 yards and no touchdowns. He's got to get in the end zone.
They're going to have to run the ball, man. They're not going to be able to beat Indiana with 40 rushing yards.
But can they run the ball against Indiana?
I mean, they're going to have to. You can't win a game like this without running the ball. They're going to have to find a way to be successful. If I'm putting a number on it, which I usually wouldn't even do this, but they're going to have to get like 80 plus yards.
I like that
number. They got to get something, dude. 40, 50, 60 yards and forcing Ty Simpson and these receivers that want to drop the ball to win this game. I just don't think it's a successful plan. I just don't.
This is what I would like to see happen if they can't get the traditional run game going. Get some quick screens going with, they call the extension of the running game. Get those going. Let's get Ty Simpson running. Ty Simpson needs to be moving. I'm telling you, Cignetti likes to do those big twists and stunts up there. You got to make him pay. Jeremy Bernard is probably one of the most dynamic players in college football with the ball in his hands. Need to do some jet sweeps to him. Need to get creative in how you get the running game going, because maybe you can't get it going the traditional way against Indiana. Cignetti, I would run a hurry-up offense against him. I just would. I think he's really good at diagnosing things. And if you watch his teams, man, they always know where the play is.
They're disciplined.
They kind of cheat. So but, they kind of cheat a little bit. But they know where it is. They're right a lot, dude. They are right a lot. Cignetti, he's a hell of a coach. But I will say this, though. The more people watch him, he's just like anything else. You think about it, he only had a few big games last year. He had the Ohio State game last year, the Notre Dame game, which he lost, the Ohio State game. He's had a handful this year. But he's starting to have to show his hand a little bit, what he likes to do. Like, they get more data on you. Yeah. It's easy when people don't have information on you, but people start getting information on you. They start seeing what you like to do. He does a lot of pick plays on offense. His plays on offense, a lot of them are designed plays to get that one receiver open. It's not like you're always your traditional route tree. They'll rub this guy and rub this guy to get that open, or it's a, back shoulder throw. I'm not saying they only have one receiver, but they'll run a lot. And it's designed to go to that one guy. I can sit here and hate on him, which I have, but Mendoza is really good. What y'all's thoughts on Mendoza? Y'all think he's good?
I think he's good enough.
Yeah.
Shit, he's good. He's real good. He's super accurate. I'm going to tell you what Indiana does really well on offense. They are very successful on first and second down. They don't put themselves in third and longs a lot.
I agree.
And who didn't do that? Oklahoma didn't do that last week against Alabama. Now, I know it's a totally different offense. I get it. Right. But they, that puts a lot less stress on the defense. So Alabama on defense, they're going to need to make some plays on first and second down to put that Indiana offense in some third and longs, because Mendoza, no matter what you think about him or where you think he can be in the NFL, the kid is super accurate and makes really good decisions. Mm-hmm. So you know what you do with that? You put some pressure on him and you try to put him in third and longs. Mm-hmm. If he gets in a 3rd and 3 or a 2nd and 2,
it's too easy.
It's too easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. The teams that have had, that gave them trouble, which is Iowa all but had them beat. Penn State all but had them beat. The Oregon, it was a tough game, but whatever. But with Iowa and Penn State, both of those teams got a lot of pressure on Mendoza. Mendoza does not seem like the same quarterback nobody is. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying he's not superhuman. He has trouble with everybody else when he gets pressure on him. Ohio State didn't get a lot of pressure on him. I didn't feel like they got a few times, and that's when they were able to make plays. But I still think Indiana's bread and butter is their defense. Their offense is good, but I wouldn't call their offense elite. Their defense is elite.
Do y'all think there's a little pressure starting to build on the Cignetti thing? I mean, he came in talking hot shit right off the bat. Google me. Wasn't he the one that went on the court at the basketball game right after he got hired and said, we're going to kick Ohio State's ass and we're going to kick all at Penn State and everybody's ass? He's lived up to it. First year was awesome. Now they're undefeated. Is there starting to become maybe a little pressure on him? Is it pressure time yet, or are we still in the
we're still in the honeymoon stage.
Are we?
I think we are.
What do you think, Anthony?
I don't think there's no pressure.
Dude, you don't think there's no pressure?
He's playing house's money.
You think
I don't think he looks at that. I love
you think if they just get beat by Alabama, say they get beat by 7 by
Alabama,
Alabama,
I don't think it hurts his stuff yet.
You don't think their fans are a little bit upset?
Nope.
Undefeated? Can't even win one game?
I don't think so.
From the national pundits, I think it'll start right after that. The honeymoon is absolutely over if they get beaten this game.
Think so? I don't.
Yeah. They need to win a game. He talks too much shit.
He's won some big ones this year.
But so do his fans, though. I think they'll be humbled.
That's Indiana football.
They need to win one game.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they need to win one.
I think at Oregon and Ohio State, that was 2 big wins this year.
Last year, they didn't win a game. Did they win a game in the playoffs?
They lost to Notre Dame. But that was his first year.
I know, and now it's the second year. Now we're undefeated. We're ranked number 1. We get a bye.
Ain't that
Dude,
a motherfucker?
It's time to win one, dog.
Ain't that a motherfucker that you
Charlie turning the tables. He's going all in.
I'm just saying.
It's Indiana football. You're probably right, Charlie. It's funny. That's how fans are.
It is Indiana football, and they should be happy no matter what. But
damn, they should be happy. I'd love to be in their situation.
I would too.
See, but maybe me and Anthony's thinking like, man, if Kentucky was in there,
I get it.
We're just happy to be here, baby.
Yeah, the first year, but 2 years in a row, and we're back and we're undefeated and we're ranked number 1. Like, we made progress from last year. It's not like they just slipped in the playoffs at 10-2. They're fucking 12-0, 13-0.
I get that.
I'll say this: if I was them, I wouldn't want to play Alabama. I just wouldn't, dude. I'm probably a lot higher than most people are in Alabama, and I'll say it. I've said it to y'all. It's Ty Simpson. It's flat out that, and I like the wide receiver.
Yeah, but Ty Simpson's like Josh Allen out there. He's got the whole world on his shoulders.
He's got some good receivers and targets.
He does.
They got a good defense, dude.
But
their run game,
as bad as their run game is, it just kind of evens the Josh Allen thing out. Josh Allen's got a run game, but his fucking defense is terrible. So,
hey, Alabama, I'm going to say this. I think the most underrated part of this tournament is Alabama's defense. I don't feel like they get the credit. Not to say there ain't other legit defenses, because there are. But you know who I think might have the best defense out of everybody? They were young early. They put that star corner in, number 1 corner coming out of high school. He's locked down that one side. The number 2 corner, like 2 years ago, coming out of high school.
Texas Tech.
Nope. The Dogs, dude. The Bulldogs, I think their defense is the best defense in the tournament, maybe.
Shit, Indiana might have the best defense.
Yeah,
Ohio State might have the best defense. Texas Tech might have the best defense. Oregon might have – I don't know who's got the best defense. Who's got the best offense left? Who's got the best offense?
Ole Miss.
I say it. I know they do.
I know.
Ole Miss got best offense.
The dual threat of Chambliss.
Dude, Chambliss fucking awesome. If y'all ain't watched him, you're going to watch him.
All right, last game, Ole Miss at Georgia. Is this the Sugar Bowl?
Yeah, Sugar Bowl in New Orleans.
In New Orleans.
It's sad we're still calling them bowls.
So they can get their money.
I like that they're still calling the playoffs bowl. I like to still have the main ones. Get rid of the damn toilet bowl and the all the other ones.
Make them home games.
I honestly think that this will be the best crowd.
Oh yeah, they are.
This is right there, Georgia.
All of them
are cheap, easy trip.
And from Atlanta or wherever, from Georgia.
You're right. That's a good
New Orleans.
point.
I think this crowd will be fun. And it's honestly, this is my least favorite game.
And it's a night game, and it's on Bourbon Street, son.
Dude,
it's gonna be rocking.
This is the crowd this is what I live for right
Let's
here.
go. You want to go?
No, I can't.
Me and Anthony was talking about going to Miami.
Tickets are cheap.
Tickets are cheap. My brother lives there. He's got a place for us to stay. All we need is a plane ticket and a game ticket, son, and we're in Miami.
I bet you if you wait late, you get in for $30-$40. Oregon's coming from other part of the world. They're up here at the corner. They're going down to the corner.
He was worried about missing the games on New Year's Day. I said, we just go to the strip club on New Year's Day down in Miami. Apparently they got the best strip clubs in the country. We'll go down to the strip club and watch the playoff games on New Year's Day.
Yeah, Georgia Ole Miss game to me, it's an intriguing game. We've seen this game. It was a shootout. Teams were going back and forth. Eventually, Georgia was able to get a couple stops late against Ole Miss, and that was the difference. But watching the beginning of that game, they were trading shots, but I almost thought Ole Miss was the better team during that. I think Ole Miss got up by like 10.
But yeah, you know what Georgia did? They settled down, and they ended up, I think, 15 plus minutes on the time of possession. They actually settled that game down. It did start really fast.
A lot of it went fast, didn't it? All the way like 3 quarters?
But Georgia ended up controlling that game and the time of possession in that game. I think they had 15, 16 minutes on the time of possession, and that ended up hurting Ole Miss because they ended
Ole Miss scored fast.
But they wore them down.
Yeah, they did.
Georgia wore them down.
I agree. I'm kind of with you, Charlie. I'm kind of with you on the Georgia thing. But I tell you, I give Trinidad Chambliss, dude. I truly believe after watching everything, and I love Ty Simpson. He's probably, to me, the better prospect as a pro. But if you just gave me one college football player and you said, who's the best college football player, I think it's Trinidad Chambliss. But can they stop Georgia's offense because their defense is not that good?
Yes, 43-35 last time. Coaching change for Ole Miss. No Lane Kiffin. Where's the heads at of the players? I understand you're in the playoff, but where's the heads at of the players? There's no way you're 100% dialed in when your coach is gone, the guy you've played for all year.
You don't. Maybe they are. I heard somebody say this. I didn't say this. I heard it somewhere else. But somebody said, they might be using that as kind of a way to stay together.
They got through the first game. The first game was the one for them. Is like, can we do this? Can we get the monkey off the back? We didn't make it last year. We finally made it. Now our coach is gone, and they got the game. I think this game is more like, let's just let it fly.
Right.
Y'all are going to hate on me when I say this. I don't think it was really Lane Kiffin, dude, because that offense wasn't that good before Trinidad got there. Listen, I love to take credit that we played Ole Miss stuff this year, we wouldn't have played them tough if Trinidad was there.
Mhm.
Trinidad made the difference. That boy came in here, them few plays for Trinidad, man. He didn't have the swag and just dude, Trinidad. If he wants to run it every time, I think he can.
I do too.
Like, will he do that and take the game over? Because I feel like there's times he don't run it. Almost like that Lamar feel. Like, dude, why don't you just run it every time? Like, you're quick as hell. They cannot tackle you.
When you got that quarterback like that, the 3rd and 3 and 3rd and 4, it's just, and that guy runs it for 6 or 7 and just runs out right at the stick. It's the most frustrating thing.
Yeah, I agree, Josh.
You know,
I agree.
I mean, it's just so frustrating. Like, you hold him to 3rd and 4, he runs off.
You know, when I play college football,
yards.
That's my number one thing. You're not going to beat me with running quarterback. So I just play 10 on 11. I have a spy on the quarterback, a fast spy on the quarterback at all times. And I won't go for the big hit. I'm not going to take a chance. I'm not going to let him beat me running the ball. I hate when they beat you running the ball.
Yep.
I hate that.
A couple other notes about that first Ole Miss and Georgia game. I do think that Ole Miss got wore down with the fast tempo that they were playing, and then Georgia kind of starting to control that game, and I think they wore them down. But if you actually look after that game, Ole Miss started to play a little bit more conservative on the offensive side.
Yeah,
and on the Georgia, this is a little bit of a weird note about that game. Ole Miss only put up like 350 yards, I think is what they put up in that game, which was not good for their offense. But that was the most yards Georgia had given up all year.
And that was with the good cornerback. That shows you how good
and it was not a good day for Ole Miss's offense.
Still scored 33.
But after that game, I think Ole Miss kind of changed the tempo of their offense a little bit. And you know what Georgia did after that game? They shored up their defense, dude. Their defense has probably been the best defense in the last 5 or 6 weeks in the country.
They said after the Tennessee game, they switched out that corner. I do think that made a big difference because before the Tennessee game, they were getting beat a little bit on the passing game. They said, boy, there was a starting corner. He was getting beat. And they had that 5-star freshman, number 1 corner coming out of high school. Kirby's kind of a loyal guy, probably started the upperclassmen. They went to that, he's like Robinson the second. They already had the other one that was like the number 2 corner 2 years before. So now they got a guy that was the number 1 corner that year. Like, you just don't get them kind of guys. Number 1 corner and number 2 corner, they got them on opposite ends. And they got that defensive line, which was young, but had like 3 5-stars on it, dude. Georgia's got some heat. They got some heat.
You know how many rushing touchdowns they've given up in the last 4 games? 0.
Wow.
0 rushing touchdowns in the last 4 games. I think they got like 12 or 13 sacks in the last 4 or 5 games after getting like 6 or 7 in the first half of the season. Dude, I'm telling you, since that Ole Miss game, I think Ole Miss changed up their offense a little bit. And I think Georgia, I know you just said it a little bit ago, they might have the best defense in this, or at least right now, playing right now.
I think they do. I think I must go out and limb. There's a couple other good
ones.
No
rushing touchdowns in their who they played their last 4 games. Who they played?
Georgia Tech, which they struggled up, but they went their defense.
They played Alabama.
Yep.
They played Georgia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Who was their last 2 games? I mean, it really don't even matter.
Charlotte, Mississippi State.
Regardless, 4 games in a row.
Yeah,
giving up 0 rushing touchdowns is pretty impressive.
I'll say this: that Georgia Tech's offense with King, they're pretty good, and I do not like that game for Georgia, but it wasn't because of their defense, because their defense did its job holding Georgia Tech to 9 points. What worries me is Georgia Tech's defense had been kind of weak this year, and they weren't able to score points on it. You know, the SEC championship, I don't take much from it because of the injuries. But then that's the only thing that worries me with them is their offense. Because I do think they have the best defense in the tournament. And I think their offense is capable. I'm not a big Gunnar Stockton guy, but I do think he manages the game well. And I think he's a gamer. We've talked about that on here. I think he knows who he is. And I think if Kirby gives him a game plan, I think Gunnar goes out there and executes it. And that's all you can ask for from a player. Yeah, I don't think he's like a superstar quarterback, but I think he executes the game plan. Will that be enough against Ohio State? I don't know, but I do think it'll be enough against Ole Miss. I think they win, but it would not surprise me to see Ole Miss winning that game. It would not surprise me at all, but I'm going to pick Georgia.
We ain't making our picks yet.
Okay.
All right, let's get to the NFL. We got week 18 of the NFL. And there's only a handful of games that matter.
Yeah.
This always happens in the NFL last couple of weeks. We got 4, right?
Yep.
4, and I think that's it.
Yep.
2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. Saturday at 4:30, Carolina at Tampa, the battle of who sucks the least for the last 6 weeks. Still not sure who sucks worst. I thought Tampa was legit the first 7 weeks, and I think they're 1-8 in their last 9 games. So who's going to be able to win this game? Are they going to tie? I mean, do they just tie and then they don't let either one of them in?
That would be awesome.
They give Atlanta, if Atlanta wins this game, this game here against the Rams, they usually try to rip his head off.
Carolina has that receiver from Arizona, the McMillan kid.
Yeah, he's up there for rookie of the year.
Yeah, he's had a really good year.
And Buka's not going to get it?
He's cooled off.
I need to start looking at that.
He's cooled off second part of the season.
Yeah, damn, because Tampa fell apart, dude.
It's,
it
looks like the McMillan kid, Warren Walker from Georgia.
Tyler Shook from U of L playing in New Orleans.
Is he getting votes?
Is he?
He's up there.
Damn. Yeah. The Saints have been hot the last
They
6
have.
We ain't going to talk about the Saints, but they have been hot. Carolina at Tampa. I rode Tampa. Really, I rode them until about week 10 or 11. After they started losing, I was still trying to buy into them, and they have completely fell apart. I'm starting to think it was Liam Cohen leaving. It destroyed that team.
That's the mojo, dog.
Dude, he revived Baker's career, and now Trevor Lawrence looks like the best quarterback in the freaking league right now. So it's all about Liam Cohen.
Duval.
Hey,
you got to give him credit.
I don't know who to pick in this game. I started
it's at Tampa
about 4 or 5 weeks ago. I started to say, yeah, Carolina's pretty decent. They suck too. Neither one of these teams are good. I'm going to go with the home team. I'm sure this will come down to the very end, and somebody will blow this game because they both suck. Somebody's not going to win this game. Somebody's going to lose this game. So I got Carolina losing this game.
Bryce Young all day long, baby. Bryce Young's going to the playoffs.
Yeah, Bryce.
I'm going Panthers too. I'm done with Baker.
I am too. I said they were dead to me last week.
He looked good for like 3, 4. You said 8 or 10 weeks. He only looked good for like 3 or 4. He had some magic happen. He got lucky, ducked out of some sacks, had some fourth quarter comebacks. I'm going with the Panthers.
That's when Baker wins, though, when you doubt him. That's when Baker wins, when you doubt him.
Baker, when you're listening pregame, use this as motivation, but Bryce Young's coming for that ass. Panthers, baby. On the road. They're going to the playoffs.
They got Ligeti, too. Look, I ain't trying to sound judgmental. He's a black guy, but he sounds like just straight from the country. Son, Ligeti. Yeah. He likes horses.
Yep.
Big hit. Oh, he rocked the cradle on him.
He did rock the cradle.
He rocked the baby on him.
That
was a big hit in the backfield. Y'all missed that, didn't you?
Is that Walker?
Dude, he smoked him.
One of Walker, that defensive player from Georgia, he's up there on the Rookie of the Year stuff. Defensive linebacker.
Looked like Jadeveon Clowney played a little bit.
Is that Walker?
I don't know, but he rocked the baby on him,
92.
son. I ain't seen that in a while. All right, next game, Saturday night, 8 o'clock, Seattle at San Fran. This is for the NFC West and possibly the number 1 overall seed. Actually, I think this is for the number 1 overall seed, right?
Yep.
Winner wins the division and number 1 overall seed. Whoever loses, they drop from the 1 to the 5. So huge game. And actually, I think there might be a possibility that they drop from the 1 to the 6 because the Rams still got a chance at the 5 seed. So possibility that Seattle or San Fran will be the 1 seed or the 6 seed. Man, San Fran, I said it before the year started, their schedule was terrible. It was, and they benefited, but
got them through those times.
Dude,
they
did.
And that offensive line, we talked about it before the show, that last night, great game with Chicago. One of the games of the year, I would say. That was an awesome game. Anthony would say it sucks because there was no defense. It was a great offensive game. I'll say that. The Bears could not get to Purdy. At least in the second half, they couldn't. Purdy freaking balled out last night.
He did.
He was all over.
He's the best quarterback I've ever seen.
He's the best quarterback ever. Seattle's favored on the road here, -1.5. Seattle might be the best team in the league. You know, I'm still, even though the Rams didn't win this division, I'm still sticking with the Rams being the best team. But if it's not 1 and 1A, I mean, they're really close.
You going Seattle?
I don't know. Somebody, y'all talk for a little bit. Let me think.
You know, that player a second ago, it was Jalen Walker from Georgia. They had him and Michael Williams. Remember, Georgia had that awesome defense last year? That was that Jalen Walker. That was a hell of a play. But yeah. And so who do you like in the game?
I'm taking Seattle. Y'all ain't got to talk. I'll take Seattle.
I'm a guy, like, as soon as I see something, I jump on the bandwagon. I'm jumping on the Purdy train. He looked like there used to be this game.
You ain't jumping on the Darnold train?
Nah, man.
Darnold been the best quarterback maybe in the NFL for the last 2 seasons.
Dude, they almost lost to the Colts 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
to lose to Phillip Rivers. He hadn't played in how many years? And he comes up off the streets.
They didn't have no scouting report on him. They didn't know if he was going to run fast. Right?
Yeah. That was a look-ahead game to the Rams game. I don't take nothing away from that.
They played conservative in that game. I would say
they did. And the Colts kind of imposed their will on that game. But anyway,
put some respect on Sam Darnold's name, son.
I'm going, hey, there used to be this John Elway football game on regular Nintendo.
Oh, I remember that.
All right. And remember you could do that code?
Was that super? It was super.
No, Nintendo. It was regular Nintendo.
Was it?
And you could put in this code and the quarterback would run around all fast and you couldn't tackle it. There's a secret code. And that's what Purdy looked like.
I didn't get the magazine.
He's just running around everywhere. He's 10 times faster than everybody. You can just loop the whole defense and then run it in. That's exactly what Purdy looked like.
Charlie, rich boy. He had the magazines, son. We didn't have the magazines. We were from the other side of the track, Josh. We didn't get the gaming magazines. We had to go old school. We had to learn.
Josh needs to put some respect on Darnold's name, and Anthony needs to put some respect on Purdy's name.
Oh, I'm fine with Purdy.
I'm going 49ers, baby.
I'm going to say I like Seattle. I'm that guy, dude. I feel like I like getting on a team when nobody else is on them, but then as soon as everybody else gets on them, I want to get off. Dude, I've been on about the Ravens forever, and I'm still hot on them. Everybody jumping on the Bears now. It's like, get off, dude. I got to go find me another team now. I want to find the next up-and-coming team. That's just my style. But I'm going to go 49ers. I'm going to say 49ers home. Should be a hell of a game, all day. Yeah, that's 2 good ball clubs. Yep. I'll probably just jinx the 49ers, though, because I never get on the right side of the 49ers.
All right, next game, Sunday, 4:25. So I guess we don't have – is there no 1 o'clock games that matter?
Just trash.
That sucks.
Well, we got real quick. We can talk about this real quick.
Is it a 1 o'clock game?
I don't know. I think so, but it's probably. But the Jags play the Titans, and Houston plays Indy. Yeah. All right. If Jags lose to the Titans and Houston beats Indy, Houston can actually still win the division.
Got it.
And get the higher seed.
That's not happening.
I don't think it's happening, but those are 2 games that kind of matter.
And
Indy's not even playing Phillip Rivers. They're playing Riley.
Jacksonville is fucking awesome, dude.
Keep in mind of this, though. Just 2 weeks ago, the red-hot Houston Texans all but got beat, won by 3 points against the Raiders. So anything can happen in the NFL. I still don't understand how that happened.
They won, though.
They did.
They just didn't cover.
3 points, though, and they could have lost that game anytime.
Maybe don't bet Jacksonville on the spread, but Jacksonville will win that game against Tennessee. They're not going to blow that. They've been as hot as any team.
That still
in the last
pisses
6
me off.
weeks,
It's like, dude, that ain't physically possible. One quick note, real quick. I thought it was a funny one. You got the number 1 pick to the Raiders. That's who gets it right now. I heard a guy say there's no way they lose next week against Kansas City. I kind of agree with them. Word is they want Mendoza. That's your franchise quarterback. You got it. You just got to lose 1 more game. Problem is they're playing a Chiefs team that also was kind of hung stuff up for the year. That's their hated rival. Do the Chiefs try to lose the game on purpose? Because it would actually knock the Raiders down to the 3rd pick with their strength of schedule. Do they lose that game on purpose? Will that be a game of who tries to lose the game the most?
I don't know. Is Andy Reid petty? I don't know.
Dude,
has he ever been in that situation before?
Ain't that a hated rival?
I know, but Andy Reid ain't never had to think like that before. Yeah. He ain't never been in that position
First
before.
losing season in 13 years.
Yeah, so I don't know if Andy Reid knows what to do. Andy Reid don't know nothing but win. I do like that angle, though.
I think the ownership might send that down. I mean, look, the Chiefs and Raiders, that's not a rivalry.
Raiders got a long way to go, dog. They need more than a quarterback.
That will be fun. That would be a fun reason to watch.
Dude,
the only reason
I could see that angle.
They're going to have some. Look, Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers. They get them a quarterback. Like they're going to start having some pieces
to get Andy Reid to lose a game on purpose. Travis Kelce would probably have to agree to a legit date between Andy Reid and Taylor Swift. That's the only way, dude. There's no way he's quit.
Chiefs played funny business before.
Yeah, but Andy Reid ain't out there throwing games, but maybe
I guarantee you Andy Reid's sitting somewhere playing a Keno card. Andy Reid's a gambler, son. He looks like he'd be hanging out with us over at the damn sports book drinking a beer, son.
Probably is.
Yeah, Andy Reid's a gambler. That son of a bitch hangs out at bars.
All right, Sunday, 4:25, Chargers at Denver. This would have been so much more interesting if the Chargers could have beat Houston last week. It killed my future that I had. And now the Chargers are sitting all their players. Herbert's not playing. It's at Denver. Denver's 11.5-point favorite. And then Denver still has to play for possibly the number 1 overall seed. This is going to be a blowout. Jim Harbaugh, he's not in the business of throwing games either, but they're already locked in. Everybody's sitting. Denver's going to be motivated to win. They blow them out. Give me the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm taking the Broncos as well. I mean, the only reason we even brought this game up is because if for some reason the Broncos were to lose this game and the Patriots beat the Dolphins, the Patriots would be the number 1 overall seed. So that's the only reason we brought it up. Big spread here. Desperate for the Chargers. I don't know who the backup for the Chargers would be, but
I don't know who it is either.
But the Broncos will roll.
I like the Broncos. I do. No, guys, look, I've stuck with the Broncos all year. The Broncos lost the Jaguars. I'll give Jaguars all the credit in the world. Usually I try to tear apart a game.
Busted that ass.
They did. I didn't watch the game, but I'd also heard there's a lot of crazy calls in that game. I don't know. I didn't watch it. The referee's under investigation, all that. And I don't know if it was or not.
Referee's under investigation?
Yeah.
I ain't seen
That's probably some bullshit Broncos website or something.
They busted their ass.
Yeah. I just tell you what I read. I did not see it.
So we're all on Denver there. All right, Sunday night, Baltimore at Pittsburgh. This is for the NFC North. The Steelers were up 2 games just a couple weeks ago. They folded last week against Cleveland. They put up 3 points, 6 points. Six points. DK Metcalf, he's suspended 2 games, and apparently he is their offense. So, yeah, look, Cleveland's got a good defense, but you got to be able to score more than 6 against Cleveland if you're going to plan on winning any games in the playoffs or making a run. So it doesn't give me a lot of confidence I didn't think he meant that much to the offense, but I guess he does. I do like that this game's in Pittsburgh. I'm still going to pick Pittsburgh. I don't know why. I do know why. I don't like the Ravens, and I'm not picking them. And I'm going to be cheering for Pittsburgh, so that's why I'm picking them. But I am not confident on this game. Baltimore's a 3.5-point favorite. They're trending up. Pittsburgh, it looks like Aaron Rodgers is motivated, and he's still upbeat and ready to get this win and make the playoffs, but I'm still not confident. What do y'all feel about
Go ahead, Anthony. I know where you're going.
I'll go with Aaron Rodgers. But I will say this. I like Huntley playing the mojo.
Oh, is Lamar out?
He's 50-50.
But I know they won a game without him last
He
week.
can't be out, and they're favored by 3.5.
He is.
Well, they won last week without him.
Wow.
They won last week
But
without him.
he played. Did he start last game?
No.
Oh, he didn't start
he
at
didn't
all?
play at all.
I thought I saw him early in the game. I didn't watch a lot of that game. I thought he went out at some point.
Nope.
They say there's all that drama between him and Harbaugh. Is it true? Is it not true? I don't know. There's some people believe Harbaugh could be coaching his last game. I've heard that. Have y'all heard that?
A little,
Yeah.
but I mean, I
That's
think
ridiculous.
how long has he been there? I mean, they need to change.
15 years.
You know, Tom, is this the coach's jobs on the line in this game? Tomlin, Harbaugh.
Maybe, but I
Winner-
think they're both
winner
stupid
goes
for
home
doing it. I like both
for
of them
good.
coaches,
They're
dude.
good coaches, dude. I just think sometimes people think you got to fire a coach.
There was
it's been so
Ravens
long,
fans
like,
calling for Harbaugh's head 3 years ago. I promise you there was.
It's just, there's some people that think just because it's been so long, you got to have a new coach. What's the matter with just keeping a guy? Like having a long tenure coach.
I like
both of those guys are great coaches.
Yes,
they are.
They
I
both
agree.
won Super Bowls.
So who you got, Josh?
I'm taking the Ravens. I mean, I have not been big on the Steelers all
Well,
year.
you got to pick the Ravens. That was your Super Bowl pick, and if they lose, you're out.
Let's go. I'm going to get the band. Ain't there a band at the Ravens?
Yeah,
I'll be
they got a
playing that
band.
shit all weekend.
We've molded
My
your
coats
job.
are out. I'm a Ravens fan. Let's go.
My wife.
But they fed the ball to Derrick Henry against the Packers.
Did he have like 7 touchdowns or something?
35 times.
And that's a good run defense the Packers have, too.
35 times. All them touchdowns, 200, what do you have, 200 yards?
Something.
I
Yeah,
mean,
big day. Right at the right time, too.
Feed Derrick Henry one more week, get Lamar healthy for the playoffs, and my Ravens are still alive to win the Super Bowl.
Let me ask you a question. If Huntley wins this game for you, and he's won 2, no, seriously.
I know where this is going.
I'm dead serious.
Go ahead, get it out.
If he don't have his legs, he ain't like.
Just say it. Say it.
Do you play him in the playoffs?
Yes. I would, Anthony. I would.
If he wins
Lamar
2 big games,
sucks.
if his legs are gone, he's no pocket passer, dude.
I'd have benched Lamar like 2 years ago.
The Ravens has messed up so many times not running enough with Derrick Henry. That's where the Ravens have messed up. There's been times where they should have just fed Henry. Then they get behind, and Derrick Henry's not a third down back. I'm going against you two guys. I'll be texting y'all during the game on the BTB group text.
That's because you're an undercover U of L fan and you like Lamar. Everybody knows what it is.
He's not even playing.
Yeah, but he's on that team. All Louisville fans love Baltimore. The day Lamar's done, Baltimore's going to be losing all the Louisville fans.
That's 100% fact.
They'll be going to Tyler Shook or whatever his name is down there with the Saints.
All right, so that will do it for the NFL regular season. So when we come back next week, the playoffs will be set. All right, let's get back to the college football. Let's make our picks. Miami versus Ohio State. Does anybody think that Miami can pull off this, what I would say, some people might argue that the Ole Miss would be a bigger upset, but the point spread says it, and I'm going to say it. This would be a bigger upset.
Absolutely.
Does anybody think that Miami can pull this off and beat Ohio State? Can Cristobal beat Ryan Day?
Shannon Dawson.
It wouldn't surprise me, but I'm going to say no. I think Ohio State either could be really good, but there's a piece of me that wonders if they're not quite as good as what we think they are. I watched them against Texas. I thought they outplayed. There just ain't a lot to go with Ohio State. You talk about an easy schedule. I know we pick apart schedules. Ohio State's had the easy schedule. And so it's hard to –
Well, how's theirs easy, but you said Oregon's wasn't that bad.
Because Oregon's got better teams on it. Ohio State didn't have to play Iowa. They didn't have to play Oregon.
They're both weak anyways. Both of them schedules are weak. But Miami's schedule's weaker, I think.
Miami had Notre Dame beginning of the year.
So you taking Ohio State?
Yep, I got Ohio State.
You know how I feel about midweek games.
Here we go.
They get weird.
So all four of these are going to be weird then?
No, just this
Wednesday and Thursday.
No, this is Wednesday. Wednesday games.
Thursday.
I love it, Josh.
Thursday, we got a noon game on Thursday. How much weirder is that? A noon game
it's
on
a college
Thursday.
football playoff. They know weird shit going on.
7:30 on a Wednesday, New Year's Eve. That shit's weird.
That is
Wednesday.
weird. It is a little weird.
I'm calling it Weird Wednesday.
All right.
And here's my take on the game. Ohio State either blows them out or Miami wins. Barely. I don't think there's any in between. I don't think it's a grind where Ohio State has to drive down the field and win it. I think it just has to get weird for Miami. Interception, pick six, just something goofy's got to happen for Miami to win. And on that take alone, I picked Miami earlier in the year to upset Notre Dame. I'm going to take Miami here to upset Ohio State.
Damn.
I'm gonna make a pick something that I want to say that I don't think it's likely to happen, but I do think it could happen. Miami have success on the run, on the ground
With
against
Fletcher
Ohio
back?
State. Well, yeah, against Ohio State. I do think Ohio State's pass defense is better than their run defense. And has Ohio State been tested on the ground? I don't know, but that's the question.
That pick's all heart, y'all. There's no knowledge or anything to back up
man,
anything I said about Miami.
Josh, I think it could happen. I do. If they can get that ground game going.
I think Miami keeps it close for maybe the first half because I do think that defensive line, especially early in the game, is going to be getting after saying and maybe causes some problems early in the game. But Ryan Day against Cristobal, give me the better coach. He'll figure out whatever they're doing with that the defensive line of Miami. It's by far the best defensive line I think that they've seen. And, I think it'll take a little bit of time. Miami's going to keep it close, but Ohio State will make the adjustments, and I think they win this game fairly easy. I'm pretty confident in this game. I think Ohio State wins big, and I'm not sure Miami can score more than 10 points. So
I'm kind of with you, Charlie. I'm really struggling with this game.
All right, next game.
Do y'all like a game on New Year's Eve?
Hell yeah, I love it.
I love it. I got to watch the season finale.
Didn't y'all think it was weird when remember that field goal got kicked at the ball?
In Florida in that one.
Yeah, that right when the ball struck.
All right, 12 o'clock, New Year's Day, Oregon versus Texas Tech down in Miami.
Y'all know where I'm going. I've been riding this team since my first time ever on this podcast. I'm not going to give up on them now. I think their defense steps up. A lot of tip passes, force some fumbles. Oregon doesn't play from behind, and Texas Tech's able to hold them off. I think this is a really close game, and I'm hoping Texas Tech can hold off. I'm taking my Red Raiders. I'm calling them in right now.
The Red Raiders, West Texas, baby. Have y'all watched that series, Landman? I've been starting to watch it.
No, I haven't.
It's really good. It's really good.
I've heard good things.
It takes place in Midland. You remember Friday Night Lights, all West Texas high school football, the old people that run it. I like the Ducks. The Ducks are my team to win it. I think they can win the whole thing. Where it is, Evan Stewart this time might really play. If they have him back, they just have so many weapons,
huge. It is
dude.
huge.
They got him, DeCorian Moore, Bryant Benson, the tight end, maybe the best tight end in the country, a great offensive line. Dude, they are the most balanced team in college football. They got the best pass grading in college. The defense is awesome. Their cornerbacks cover well. The only way Indiana beat him is because they got pressure on a quarterback. That was his first big game ever. That was the first time under the lights, and he looked a little shell-shocked. But since then, Oregon has been working on their run game, been getting people healthy. I would love to play Indiana again. I'm going the Ducks.
Texas Tech, love the defense. I do worry about the offense and can they keep up. I think that Texas Tech is going to keep this thing close. I think the defense is that good. We can argue about the teams that they played or whatever and how good they were, but I think the defense is going to show up and they're going to keep this game close, but they have not seen anything like this talent level that they're going to see from top to bottom from Oregon. They just haven't. So I think in the fourth quarter, Oregon's going to figure out a way to make a couple plays, probably get a couple stops, against that middling offense that Texas Tech has. And I think they end up winning maybe by a touchdown, maybe even 10 points or something. I just think they're going to be too much in the end for Texas Tech. I'd love to see the upset in this. I really would. It's not that I dislike Oregon, and I'm not trying to go against your future bet, Anthony, but I would love to see Texas Tech pull this off, but I just don't know if their offense is good enough. I think their defense is going to keep them in the game, but the offense is going to have to do something. And Oregon talent level on both sides of the ball is just too much.
I think Texas Tech's going to have to score on defense or special teams.
Yeah,
for me,
it might be a good point.
Mm-hmm.
You might be right.
I watch Texas Tech and I feel like they're super aggressive. It's fun to watch because they havoc,
Mm-hmm.
but they also cheat up a little bit.
Yeah, they do. And a team like Oregon,
it ain't just a few weapons. They got so many, and but it might be too much. I mean, it might be so much pressure that he can't get rid of it. We've all seen that happen before. The one thing that draws me to Oregon is that I'll look at BYU and Utah, and I looked at their receivers when I was watching the replays and stuff, and man, they look like very average little receivers, just like little dudes that don't even like high-level Division I receivers. They're going to go up against some dudes, receivers, tight ends, all over the field. Oregon's, them or Alabama has the most. They have the most targets. They both have 3 wide receivers and a really good tight end.
All right, we're skipping Alabama and Indiana because that is our game of the week. So Ole Miss versus Georgia down in New Orleans. Can Ole Miss pull the upset? I think they're going to play loose. I think they've got the monkey off their back. I think the pressure's done for Ole Miss. They'll play very loose, and they're going to lay it all on the line, but it's not going to be enough. Georgia, I don't know if they win big, but they win this game. Give me Kirby over whoever their coach is. Who is their –
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Give me Kirby. And Chambliss is going to try to keep this game close, but Georgia going to be too much. We talked about the defense. They'll shut Chambliss down in the second half, and they'll get this win.
I kind of like Georgia. I don't think they'll shut him down. I'll say he might be susceptible to the money, because I'm telling you, he only made like $600,000 to come here as a backup. He don't even know if he's getting that next year of eligibility. This could be it for him. I guarantee you, Georgia come to him with $1 million, dude, and he will take the bag. Some of them guys have already made money. He ain't made a bunch of money yet. So Chambliss is susceptible to that. And I think Georgia knows that. I think there's a game inside the game there. So I'm going to take Georgia.
He's taking Georgia because Chambliss is paid off, baby.
That's it. That's it. Look, I have a problem with Mississippi.
Their defense. Yeah, their defense ain't good enough.
Yeah, no. It's Georgia here. I think this is the only true lock, I think, of just winning, not covering the spread. I think Georgia's the most likely to win.
I almost think Ole Miss could beat them all. But I'm taking Georgia. But I could see Ole Miss going for it on every fourth down.
Right.
No, seriously, thinking
right.
I can't give it back to Georgia's.
Yep.
Maybe kick onside kick. Their defense made Georgia's offense look good last time.
But yeah, I think Georgia's going to be too much for them.
Yeah,
new coach. Not a good enough defense. Georgia wins.
0 rushing touchdowns the last 4 games. I'm just going to go ahead and say they're going to make it 5 in a row. No rushing touchdowns. Nope, not even Chambliss. He ain't getting in. Georgia defense does it. And Stockton doesn't have to do much again and just manage the game like he does and make good decisions. And Georgia gets it done.
I like Georgia on the game.
My magic trick,
All right, game of the week. Alabama against Indiana. Is Alabama going to do it or what?
They might.
I know you've been on them.
No, I did.
They ain't winning this game.
Yeah.
Alabama ain't winning this game.
Roll damn Tide.
You're going with them?
I'm rolling damn Tide. Hell yeah. I ain't going to pick Indiana. I'm tired of these new fans.
You hate Indiana?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm done with Cignetti.
I love Cignetti.
All he does is run his jaws.
Yep.
That's all he does, dude.
Alabama, it took, you want to talk about paying people off? Oklahoma's punter and their kicker, and it took everything that they could have happened for Alabama to even get past Oklahoma. There ain't no way they're beating Indiana. Indiana is undefeated. Cignetti is so fucking cocky. You think he's losing this first game? I'm leaning Indiana here. Y'all gonna have to do some convincing to get you. You really taking Alabama?
I'm tired of Cignetti. He needs to be shut up.
We all love Cignetti. Now you hate him, and Anthony wants him to eat his words.
Well, let's try the food.
Oh, well, yeah. By the way, we do have snacks, and Anthony, for the first time, was in charge of getting the snacks together.
I had the crab legs.
Huh?
The crab legs.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did get the crab legs. He was in charge of finding something from Alabama and from Indiana. So, Anthony, what do you got here? What do you got?
It's a pie that Alabama's kind of known for there.
Well, last time we did pecan pie. So is this pecan pie?
Just taste it.
It don't look
Taste
like
it.
pecan pie.
Well, we'll taste it.
We're just tasting it?
Well, yeah, cut us a piece off. Let's go.
Well, I'm just going to roll some.
It ain't going. You ain't going to hurt nothing in there.
So this is.
That ain't going home.
Here.
Yeah, let me help you out.
I'm just going to roll some of this in.
Tear some up. Just throw it up. We're three guys. Fork it in there.
So you're saying that we got to guess what this is? This is not pecan pie?
Mm-mm.
All right. Oh, shit. So Alabama. Well, I thought it was just pecan pie, but all right.
This is
Dude, I've become a pie guy. There's only been one pie that we tried that I didn't like. What was it? It was key lime pie.
Yeah,
I don't mess with no key lime pie.
That was good stuff right there.
You like key lime pie?
I'm not sure if I've ever had this kind of pie before.
Yeah, this is a special kind of
You
pie.
ain't had it?
Here you go, Charlie.
I've never had this before.
Here you go.
Well, what is it?
I don't know. It's new. Anthony's going to have to explain this.
You don't know what it is?
No, I don't.
I'll let you taste it. See if you can guess it. Charlie.
Just by me scooping it out of here, I can't really tell what it is either. Is it banana pie? I mean, I've never heard of no banana pie. It just looks like I can't really tell what this is.
Tell you what, it's a really good tasting pie.
All right, let me get some of this crust because I do like that crust. Looks good. All right. So, Josh, what is it?
It's new to me. This is new.
It got a good taste to you?
It's got a real good taste, but I can't really.
It's it's definitely gonna be a pie. Well, I'll tell you what it is, guys.
It's pretty good. Hold on. Give me one more bite. Hold on. I gotta figure out.
Huh? Mine's about gone. It's good though.
Look for clues.
What is that?
You know what we should do, guys?
It's fucking good, whatever it is.
We should get some of this together, and we should send it to Coach Cignetti before the game.
What is it?
Because this is going to be Alabama serving Cignetti some humble pie, baby.
Oh,
humble pie.
My first time having humble pie.
This is humble pie?
Yes, sir.
Pie.
Yes, sir.
Alabama's famous for humble pie?
We're going to shove it up Cignetti's ass.
Man, humble pie.
Let me tell you, of all the pies we've had, this humble pie might be the best one.
It is. This is fantastic. And I can't wait.
Have we had a pie that's better than this? Y'all tell me, in your opinion.
No.
I think this is the best one.
Yep, this is.
Alabama humble pie. Sent straight to Cignetti.
Sitting on through.
I love it. So what did Indiana have? What did we have last time for Indiana? Do you remember?
I did the beers.
Oh, that was a cocktail sauce.
Yes.
Yeah, cocktail sauce.
The state drink, boys.
State drink.
The state drink.
This?
Water. The official drink of Indiana.
This is the official drink of Indiana.
The
Water
official drink
is H2O. How vanilla can you be?
That's it.
Man, I got to Google that.
Google it.
I'm going to
Google it.
I'm going to have to Google that.
Google it, baby. Ain't that what Cignetti says? Google it.
Oh, yeah. Google
You're dead serious. I know.
Google it.
State water.
You're dead serious, Anthony. Indiana state drink is water.
Must come straight from the Ohio River.
Look, water's good for you and shit, and I'm not dogging water, but how can that be your state drink?
Here it is. Indiana's official state beverage is water, designated by a 2007 Senate resolution to highlight water quality in environmental importance.
All right. Well, I like water, and I'm going to drink some water.
Cal Vanilla.
But I will say that is lame as shit. And y'all might fry me for this because, like, oh, water is good for you. I know water is good for you. It's a lame state drink. Put some alcohol in this freaking water and make that your state drink. I was going to pick Alabama. I was going to pick Indiana. Not after this shit. You're telling me? No.
I drank in
Alabama with the upset.
I haven't, drank a Diet Coke. Somebody says you need to drink more water. I looked it up. Like 97% of a Diet Coke's water.
I totally agree. There's nothing more overrated than water.
But, no doubt, guys.
And if you didn't know,
Tide, baby.
Diet Coke is basically water.
Yes,
so
yes.
you're
learning on Blitz the Bookie.
Humble pie and water.
Humble pie and water.
What a
Dude,
combo.
that humble pie literally just changed not just the humble pie. This is lame as shit. Indiana, Cignetti, you're getting served some of this humble pie, and you're going down as the number one team in the country, undefeated, first playoff game, second year in a row. Outski, get out of here. Indiana, out.
To be the man, you got to beat the man, baby.
There you go.
And if Indiana wants to be on top, they're going to have to go through Alabama.
Guys, appreciate y'all listening. As always, check out the social media accounts and keep listening, keep supporting the podcast. Guys, we love y'all. Have a great New Year's. Don't get too drunk. There's good football games on. But if you do, there's a late game on New Year's Day.
You wake up for that one.
Yeah, catch that one if you missed the other three. But guys, have a good New Year's. Yeah. We'll catch y'all in 2026. Blitz the Bookie.
Holla.
Charlie got the mic, he's dropping facts all day. Anthony's like, nah, I got the better parlay. Argue about the spread, it's a fierce debate. But when it comes to Wildcats, they align their fate. Blitz the Bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. Late nights, hustle deals on the line. Charlie Scassy's gonna make you shine. Anthony's heart where the numbers combine. Put your cash down, ride the incline. Blitz the Bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. From the tip off to the final play, they grind. Mike's on fire, bets on their minds. Arguing odds till the last rewind. Blue and white, it's a bond you'll find. The Bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. Final play, they grind. Mike's on fire, bets on their minds. Arguing odds till the last rewind. Blue and white, it's a bond.